Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're talking about obtaining 10x rewards, reincarnated into a novel as a side character, a reincarnation story with a twist. Oliver's a side character in a war-torn world, but what if he could level up like the protagonist? Let's dive into the journey of an underdog with an overpowered system. But is it as good as it sounds? Stay tuned. After a tragic accident, Oliver wakes up to find himself reincarnated as the fourth young master in one of the most powerful clans in a brutal world. But there's a catch. He's declared useless by his own mother from the start. Oliver later realizes he's in the world of a novel he once read, where exorcists and demons are in constant war, and only the strong survive. As a talentless young master, it seems like he's doomed to a life of suffering. But then, he activates a system that rewards him with 10 times the power and the ability to awaken special abilities, setting him on a path toward unimaginable power. It's a classic underdog story with a twist of fate and a system to boot. The concept is definitely appealing. Oliver is thrown into a world where power means survival, and his initial lack of talent makes him seem like a doomed side character. But then, bam, the system kicks in and gives him a 10x reward. The setup has all the elements of a good power fantasy: an underdog protagonist, a cruel world, and a system to make him rise to the top. Oliver is a pretty relatable MC in the beginning. He's weak, overlooked, and gets no respect, which makes him the classic underdog. However, as he begins to level up and unlock his potential, there's a sense of empowerment that drives the story forward. But here's the issue. The author sometimes overdoes it with Oliver's personality. As he gains power, he also starts doing some things that feel out of character, saying and doing things that don't match up with the person he was originally introduced as. It's almost like the character we've been rooting for becomes a bit of a plot device at times. The world building has some strong points. The setting is rich in action and adventure, with the ongoing war between exorcists and demons. This creates a dangerous backdrop where only the strong survive, which suits Oliver's eventual rise. The stakes feel high, and the environment feels tense. However, the author could have done more to flesh out the political intrigue and nuances of this world. It's there, but it gets a little lost in all the system leveling and combat. Here's where things get a little rough. The story starts strong, but as the chapters progress, there are some major issues. The author tends to over-explain certain points and drag scenes out far longer than necessary. At times, it feels like the story is trying to stretch itself to hit a word count, which can be a bit exhausting. Plus, the character development and actions feel forced, especially when they start doing things that don't feel true to their personalities. The writing quality definitely takes a hit once the premium chapters kick in, which is honestly disappointing. Now, the system itself is a fun concept. The idea of a 10 times reward multiplier is appealing, especially when Oliver starts unlocking special abilities like a boss. But here's the issue. While the system makes Oliver powerful, it can also feel like a crutch for the author. Rather than developing characters or the world more deeply, the system's constant rewards can make things feel a bit repetitive. Oliver gets more and more powerful with each chapter. But the plot doesn't always match that growth, leaving some action scenes feeling hollow. In conclusion, obtaining 10x rewards begins with a promising premise and a strong hook. However, as the story progresses, it faces some challenges in execution. The protagonist is relatable, and the world has solid potential, but the writing quality starts to decline as the chapters build up. If you enjoy power fantasy and stories involving systems, you may still find enjoyment here, but be aware that there are pacing issues and some character inconsistencies along the way. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with this assessment, or do you feel differently? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more web novel reviews. See you in the next one.